Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, if you did not know, you guys apparently just crushed Mercury to the pulp. I mean, the poor guy is already near the sun being burnt up, but you guys just had to burn him in voting, didn't you? I mean, this was like, I think 112 to 57. I mean, Moon just like took over, man. What's up with that? What's up with that? And here's the thing, I did not count most of the votes that I wanted to count because I got irritated. Like when I ask you guys to vote and say Mercury or Moon, like I saw people writing sentences and then at the end they're saying, oh yeah, Mercury. I hate doing that. I just want to see Mercury, Moon, and I just go with that. But once you guys write some sentence, I ignored it. So anyway, let's get started today with the Moon in the first house. And pretty much what it means is that Moon in the ascendant, your very first house that rises from the east in your birth chart. Well, first of all, what is the first house? First house is your physical self. It kind of shows your physical personality. It sets the map of your entire life, as you may know. What kind of a family personality you will have, what kind of siblings interactions will you have. So first house becomes that based on the sign that is rising in the first house. But here we're just doing the first house. Okay, and first house represents your vitality, your health. Then Moon comes here. What is Moon? Moon is your emotional response to your surroundings, to your ambience, to your interactions with people, your relationship with people, your emotional connection in a relationship with people. Moon represents the mind and is considered the most important planet in Vedic astrology because your mind is really who you are. And not in an esoteric self, because you are really your soul, but on a day-to-day rugged basis, we are our mind. Whatever our mind feels it wants to do, we do it. We follow our mind. Remember, you don't do it. You follow the mind. Mind says, oh, I need chocolate. You go get chocolate. Oh, I need a woman. You go pick up a woman. I need a man. Get yourself a beefcake out there. So it's your mind driving you. Your mind gets depressed. Your mind feels optimistic in life. And so in the first house, the mind gets its balance by physical activity. Doing anything physical, being active in life, going for hiking, going for jogging, going for cycling, being physically fit. And these guys are about, their mind feels sane when they're physically fit. I've like some of my bad dates I've had who are just insanely involved in yoga, in hiking, oh my God. I mean, I am not a physical person at all. I am physical, but I'm balanced. I'm well balanced. I'm not like extreme. They go river rafting. They want to do this. They want to do that. And here, Moon actually, gives a beautiful appearance to people, especially if it's in a neutral or a very good sign. Beautiful appearance, beautiful faces to people. These people have a very youthful appearance throughout their life. Because the first house really is the house of Aries, which is youth. And Moon here, Moon is a very, besides being emotional, it's a very just very jollyful planet. It wants to just feel happy because mind always wants to feel happy. So here it just gives you this appearance of a happy mind, happy person. And these people were very much caretaker of their spouses. And their spouses are very well balanced emotionally. Okay, why? Because Moon aspects the 7th house from the first house, and that's the only place it aspects, the 7th house. So spouse has this diplomacy where their mind is kind of connected with you. They'll listen to you or you listen to them. And these people are one of those nurses type people. Like when they interact with others, they want to take care of them emotionally. They take emotional burden upon themselves. Now, of course, all these things can differ if Saturn is sitting with him, if Ketu is sitting with him, if some certain planet aspects with him, which we'll get into it later on in much more detail. But, here they are concerned with the needs of others, because seventh house is other people besides your spouse, besides your legal partnership. And so a diplomacy comes into play in a very well-balanced marriage, And here, moon is, here's the thing. Moon is like an ocean wave, goes up and down, up and down, up and down. So if, let's say, moon is in Scorpio, debilitated. If moon is in, this multiverse sign of Gemini, your mind is going to be fluctuating up and down. Because of your physical activities, it's also going to affect your mind up and down, up and down, up and down. So a debilitated moon in ascendant, makes a person very, very emotional. They take things to the heart like that, and they misunderstand things in their life. But we're not talking about the sign, so we'll get to that later. What moon is in Scorpio in the first house or in the second house. But here, pretty much moon is very much responsible for keeping you active and keeping you balanced. Now, moon represents your mother. Okay? Moon represents your mother in astrology. And the fourth house is mother's nourishment. So, for these people, mother becomes a driving force in their life. Because the first house is, remember, it's a controller of your entire life. It sets the map of your entire life. And moon, the mother, in the ascendant, this is why planets in ascendant become very important. So here, the mother becomes somebody who leads you in life, somebody who guides you in life. She's a very big influence on your life. Now, here's another thing. Because of your bad relationship with your mother, because of your mother, not being there for you and setting this, I would say that this is black mark on your mind, that too can be a driving force. Like your mother wasn't there, and that drove you to find yourself and find success. That, oh my God, you know what? My mother did this to me. Oh, I'm going to show her. I'm going to do this. She hates me. Oh, I'm going to do this. And then what happens, like with a debilitated moon, or when moon is with a malefic planet in a very tight conjunction, then these people are like, the mother becomes an influence, a driving force in a negative way. Like due to mother's mishaps or mother's lack of nourishment to you, that becomes a driving force. And you're constantly thinking, oh yeah, my mother thinks I'm this. Well, let me show her this. Oh, my mother thinks I can't do this. Let me show her this. So in a way, you can get away. Whether it's a mother's positive influence or mother's negative influence, the mother becomes a driving force in these people's lives. Okay? And obviously, depending upon the sign, that whole dynamics changes. On the conjunction, the dynamics change. But here, though, these people tend to be just balanced. They're quite balanced. Like in other houses, moon fluctuates other things. Now, if moon is the lord of the sixth house of diseases, and then it's in the ascendant, then you can see somebody who can, suffer from lack of sleep, suffer from depression, chronic depression, bipolarism, schizophrenia, water retention, lack of water retention, a problem with the heart and the breasts. But obviously, it doesn't mean just because you have Lord of the sixth moon in the ascendant, you're going to have this. There are certain things you look for before you can say, oh yeah, it's going to happen. And when it does happen, it usually happens in the antra or the mahadasha of the moon. But there's so many people living a healthy life. I have my own family member with moon in the ascendant, living a healthy life. So it doesn't really mean, but again, moon represents the diseases of the mind, diseases that happens in here, whether it's illusionary, whether, it's physical or mundane, but it deals with that. Now, if some other planet comes here, it's gonna, mutate that mind with other aspects of life. Okay. So guys, this was my analysis of moon in the first house. If you're new to my channel, subscribe above. And if you want to know where your moon is placed and where your mind is at, so you can look at my future series, check out my link below. Check out my book there, Astrology at the Speed of Light. And when you get the book, I will send you the link to look at your own chart. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.